Welcome back to Old Folks Racing PC. Welcome back to Spielberg, to the old Osterreichring. This is round 6, race 2, here in Austria. And Mark Elder, that has won race 1, is on pole position for the second race, followed by an excellent Christian Clark. We already saw glimpses of pace in race 1. He's now qualified in the front row. Second row then had Diogo Silva. Two of the PlayStation regulars also racing in the PC League. Third row, it is Mike Stevens and Rob Oldham. Fourth row, Jurgen Smets, a bit of a disappointing qualifying for Jurgen, followed by Kev Allen. Fourth row, Matt Coward and Simon Allen. And the sixth and last row, it is Fred Tennant and David Good. We've got 12 starters, and we hope to have some pretty good racing here in Osterreichring as we wait for the start. And it's a good start by Mark Elder. Again, looking to lead this race. Let's look behind him. If there is any action, we certainly saw a little bit of action in race 1. Darren Head side by side with Christian Clark. Didn't quite work. They all maintained more or less their positions. It seems to me that no one is off the track just yet. And everyone seems to be, well, Kev Allen has lost time, is in last. So I wonder if something happened to him, and just because we cannot miss any first lap action, he's been in the grass there. And was he side by side with someone? Yes, he was side by side with Matt Coward, and no harm, no fall there by Matt, or in fact any other driver. Kev just lost it and drops down to last. Mark Elder already with a few car lengths. We are still car lengths over Christian Clark. We are still on the first lap through this long right-hander that leads to the Bosch curve. And Christian Clark, we are now looking at the beautiful Austrian countryside again. Let's go on board with Christian Clark and now trackside, and look at this, there's already action behind him as Darren Head and Diogo Silva are quite close to one another. Jurgen Smets has had a great start. He's up into 6th place now through the Bosch curve, and look at this, there's action there. There is action. Diogo Silva is on the outside again of Darren Head. This almost looks like a carbon copy in contact between the two drivers. Almost looks like a carbon copy of race 1 this time round. Darren did not outbrake himself and maintains the position, but already a pretty good battle emerging here for 3rd place. As we go again, we need to submit a bug fixing in this sim about the trackside camera. They could do a much better job. And we complete lap 1, and look at this, it's Mark Elder, and then everyone else behind him is pretty close together. Christian Clark in 2nd place, Darren Head 3rd, 4th is Diogo Silva, 5th is Mike Stevens, 6th is Jurgen Smets, 7th Matt Coward, followed by Rob Oldham, and everyone is nose to tail into the chicane and then into the very fast sections of this Osterreichring circuit. And look at that, absolutely beautiful, these Mercedes GT1s in the Austrian countryside. Jurgen Smets is very actively trying to recover. He's done a pretty good start, and now he wants more, and he wants the position of Mike Stevens. And it seems that he's going to draft, but not just yet. Now into the Bosch curve for the 2nd time round. Let's look at more battles. Matt Coward is entertained as well with Rob Oldham. Simon Allen is behind them. And Fred Tennant is behind Simon, but a few car lengths. Look at that. That's Jurgen Smets is the most aggressive driver right now. He actually wants that position of Mike Stevens, but for how much longer can Mike defend from Jurgen? Jurgen seems to be coming with quite a lot of pace. Let's see how that someone has locked up there. Someone has locked up. It was, I believe, Diogo Silva. Lost time, a little bit of time to Darren Head. Now has he come under pressure? Not quite, from Mike Stevens in 5th place. And look at that. Ooh, almost again. Diogo really breaking late, really aggressively trying to put pressure on Darren Head, but not quite, didn't quite do the job. In fact, even lost more time because Darren is now a few car lengths. And look at this. Mike Stevens is actually very close indeed now to Diogo Silva. Let's go trackside with these three, as something seems to be about to happen over here in this race. Not a lot of overtaking so far, a lot of close racing, and we certainly have seen this as well with this car in the PlayStation. Of course, totally different sim, Project Cars 2, but the race at Monza in last season was also very close racing, but not a huge amount of overtaking. And certainly in Automobilista 2, running with the same engine, it seems to have some of those characteristics. There's a bit of a train there behind Darren Head. So that's Darren, Diogo, Mike, and Jurgen. Now, this is Matt Coward defending from Rob Oldham. That's another battle emerging here. And look at that, there's a bit of a snake there with all the cars pretty much from third, Darren Head. And if you add 4 seconds, you get to ninth. That is Simon Allen. So we've got between third and ninth separated by 4 seconds. And let's see if we see some overtaking here, because Rob Oldham is coming after Matt Coward. That is a very good attack indeed. But oh, almost contact there as Rob was trying to brake later. Rob was trying to brake later. Let's go back to the race lead. Mark Elder, 2.8 seconds over Christian Clark, holding on very nicely to that second place. And indeed, he's the fastest man on the track besides Mark. 137.178. Everyone else is behind him, is slower. And that's what you want to see if you are Christian Clark, and holding on to that second place and maintaining enough distance so that others cannot draft off him, as Darren Head is already a couple of seconds, or 1.5 seconds behind. Still followed by Diogo Silva in fourth place. Austrian countryside again. Let's look at Mike Stevens. Mike has lost a bit of ground. He's a few car lengths behind Diogo now. Also, Jurgen has lost a bit of ground to Mike Stevens. He was very aggressive on the previous 2 laps. We are now on lap 4. And he's holding back a little bit. Simon Allen is up to 7, so something has happened to Matt Coward and to Rob Oldham. So I wonder, what was it? Ooh, what happened to Rob? Well, certainly something has happened to Rob, and we are going to find out exactly what, as we see him moving backwards quite a bit. And ooh, yes, it was here. Oh, he's been in the banking. He's been in the woods. And let's look at the replay. He was behind Matt Coward. Oh, he just lost it into the grass, into the barrier. And now, crucially, he's going to lose it and goes into the banking. Oh, it hits the barrier, that virtual barrier again. Loses quite a lot of time. Now, Matt Coward is having problems of his own because he lost a position to Simon Allen. And we are going to find out how that happened. And Simon, the beneficiary of 2 mistakes by others, because I believe there's a mistake here coming by Matt. Is it? Well, oh, this is a weird one. He just seems to have, well, momentarily been disoriented. He is deep into the grass. Oh, and hits the barrier now in a very bad angle, so that he's actually so stuck that only the reset button, and in fact he ends up being overtaken by Rob. But they all lost a lot of ground. Simon Allen is the main beneficiary. He is up into 7th, and now no one is bothering him, and he's also 3 seconds behind Jurgen. Fred Tennant also is up into 8th, lap 5 already, reaching the midpoint of this race very shortly. Then it's Rob, then it's Matt Coward, then it's Kev Allen. Kev still recovering from that first lap incident. Let's look at the battles at the front. And this is the trend I was talking about. Let's look at Christian Clark's perspective. He's got still 1.5 seconds He has been slower than Darren in the last lap, but he still is maintaining a distance that is not enough for Darren to have any draft effect. And look at this is the four-way battle for third place. Darren Head, Diogo Silva, Mike Stevens, and Jürgen Smets, all separated by a couple of seconds. Let's look for battles. We don't seem to have, well, we have one here. That is Matt Coward, followed by Kev Allen. Well, not immediately a battle, but potentially Kev does need to get a bit closer. Oh, and he's running wide there. Oh, running wide and running into the dirty area, and in fact losing more time. Let's go back to... Oh, and Christian Clark has lost a bit of time. Christian Clark has made a small mistake somewhere, because Darren Head is now coming after him. Let's go on board with Darren. Darren Head is now within drafting distance. He's half a second behind Christian Clark. All of a sudden, this battle I was talking about has become a battle for second place, as Christian is now holding on, and there's 5 cars here. Let's look at 7th place man Simon Allen, make sure he's okay. He seems to be okay. We're running wide a bit there. Oh, look at this. There's a battle there. There's a battle for 8th spot. That's between Fred Tannen and Rob Oldham. We'll keep an eye at the battle at the front to see if there are any developments. But Rob Oldham recovering from that big spin into the banking. And now trying to recover 8th place, and it seems to me that he's got better place now. It's just a matter, is it going to be on the left or on the right? And Fred Tennant is actually in the middle of the track trying to defend his position. Now they're coming to the Bosch curve, and certainly I think Rob is too far behind to make a move. Nice battle between these two drivers for 8 spots. This is the closest battle on the track, as they go now through the final section of this Osterreichring circuit. And Rob will need to think, where is he going to make his move? He certainly seems to have better pace. Maybe at the last corner, the Jochen curve, maybe he can do it. And yes, he was trying to, but didn't quite work. Now he's lost a bit of momentum and therefore will need... Oh, and Fred then not running the ideal line there. And Rob Oldham is coming after him now on the start-finish line. Look at this, Cavalli is actually not that far behind. Rob Oldham goes on the outside. He's got more speed, and I think he's got the job done. Yes, he has. Rob Oldham is up into 8th place if he manages to break in time, which he does. Let's go back to the battle for 2nd place. And on board with Christian Clark. Look at this, Diogo Silva is really after Darren Head now. Oh dear, oh dear. And are they side by side? No, they are not side by side, but Diogo Silva is coming after Darren Head now. Oh no, that's Diogo Silva is actually up into 3rd place. So let's see how on earth that happened. They were side by side, but that was... Let's look at this from Diogo's perspective. And... oh, it was here. Oh, Darren just ran a bit wide there at the exit of the chicane, and that is job done for Diogo Silva. But Darren was definitely very keen to recover that position, so let's continue to watch this replay. Oh, and Diogo actually messed up the braking point there, didn't he? And now he is vulnerable to an attack by Darren, but he will probably defend on the inside. Darren very keen to recover that position, and now he's going to try to go on the outside of the Bosch curve. Diogo keeps the inside, and now he's, I think, completed the pass. Nice battle between these two drivers, just like we saw in race 1. Christian Clark continues to be in 2nd place. However, he's 5.6 seconds from the leader, Mark Elder, which we are not showing because he's just been leading since the beginning. and we definitely want to see battles here. Diogo Silva, has he managed to find some breathing space from there? And I think so. Fifth is still Mike Stevens. Sixth is Jürgen Smets. Rob Oldham up into 8th place. We saw that. So let's keep an eye on Kev Allen, because Kev is coming after. Kev is coming after Fred, but still a second behind. And Matt Coward has had a problem. He has had a problem, and we're going to see to find out if, well, this is still. I'm not sure there's another incident here. It's just that he has, well, he certainly has not recovered much from that weird spin or off-road excursion a few laps ago. He's now running 11th and is behind Kev Allen. And David Good is a little bit off the pace. 141.7. He's 42 seconds from the leader, still running in 12th place. Let's go back through the field. Mark Elder has been leading this race since the beginning, 5.7 seconds over Christian Clark. Now Diogo Silva up to third, Darren Head fourth, Mike Stevens fifth, and Jürgen Smets in sixth place. Lap 8. We had 13 laps or 12, I can't remember, in race 1. We should be more or less in the same pace here. So there'll be 4 or 5 laps to go at the end of this one. So we're already in the second half of this race. Diogo Silva in third spot. Darren Head now defending again from Mike Stevens. Mike is coming back into this race. He's coming back into that fourth place battle. Jürgen Smets very aggressive in the beginning of the race. Now he's a couple of seconds behind. Mike is not completely out of it, but Christian Clark completes another lap. That was lap 8 complete. Now the beautiful pit lanes of the Osterreichring. Let's look at battles. Oh, is this one going? This is Kev Allen very actively attacking Fred Tennant. Battle for 9th place. And Kev very keen to recover one more position in this race. Not has been the round that he wanted. As he and he's been in the grass again. He's overcooked the exit of the chicane and big off there. Now he's lost a bit of momentum and he's coming under attack from Matt Coward. Recovering Matt is well, still this battle is going to go until the checkered flag, I think. Christian Clark in second place. Now another lap will be completed very, very shortly. Diogo Silva third. Darren Head is defending from Mike Stevens, and he seems to be with slightly better pace at this point. At least Mike is not able to draft and put together an offense to try to get that fourth place. Jürgen Smets has been dropping back a little bit. He's 2 seconds behind. Let's look at Simon Allen. I haven't seen him in a while. He's still in 7th place. He's running on his own. He's coming potentially under attack, but not really at this point. They are lapping the same exact lap time, 138.4 for both Simon Allen and 8th place man Rob Oldham. 9th is Fred Tennant, 10th is Kev Allen. On board with Kev, and Matt Coward is coming after him. Diogo Silva is up into second. Something has happened to Christian Clark, and we are going to find out what it was. Was it not on the chicane? It was, well, it did happen before the chicane. Oh, Christian runs wide there at the Jochen curve. Let's look at this from the onboard. I don't think he had any help. He just missed the line, and now he's starting to accelerate a little bit too early into the barriers. He goes. Now the barrier will put you back in the track. He's lost second place to Diogo Silva. Has he lost anything else? It seems to me that Darren Head is coming. Darren Head is coming for third place, and now he's going for it. Yes, he sees the opportunity, and Darren is spinning. Darren had it. Oh dear, he's overcooked it. Complete 360. Complete 360, but loses a lot of ground. Let's look at this replay from track side. It's not often that you see Darren spinning, so we have to make the most out of this one. That was a little bit of a banzai move there. I think he was coming, well, he was coming, well, Christian was slower because he was recovering from that off. Darren almost looks like he forgot to brake. Oh, there's contact between the two drivers actually. As Christian was coming into the racing line, and I'm not sure Darren would have stopped on time, but definitely he had a bit of help there into that 360 spin. Now he's down into 6th place. Jürgen Smets up to 5th, and Mike Stevens up into 4th. There he is. Diogo Silva up into 2nd place. 7.5 seconds now, lap 10. Let's look at, let's go through the field. Mark Elder, where is he? He's not in the woods, is he? Did he stop for a pee? He almost had time to stop for a pee in the woods. No, he's here. The number 35, the silver Mercedes GT1 second place man is Diogo Silva. The number 84, third is now Christian Clark. Fourth is Mike Stevens. Fifth is Jürgen Smets, followed by Darren Head after that spin in the chicane. Seventh is Simon Allen, is running on his own, and he is losing a few tenths on the last lap to Rob Oldham, but not yet close enough to call this a battle. Ninth is Fred Tennant, and he's under attack a second time by Kev Allen in 10th place. And let's see for Kev, it is going to mean second time lucky. 11th is Matt Coward, and David Good is running in 12th place. Let's go back to the battle for 9th place, the closest battle on the track at the moment. We've got a decent battle between Jürgen Smets and Darren Head. Actually, a pretty good battle. Let's go on board with Darren. Not yet a move. Let's look at Kev now for 9th place. Not a move either. And Fred is going defensive there on the inside of the chicane. Kev is coming after him now. Clips the curb. Not advisable with this car to keep the curb. Now he's clipped the other curb. But now he's got a run. And he's going to go for it. And surely Fred will need to give him some space there. And Kev Allen is trying to get 9th place. He's going to be on the outside. But Fred just beautifully defends there. Now he's vulnerable to another attack at the exit. Look at this, Kev Allen dangerously going to the grass. That grass is not to be stepped on. Beautiful battle there for 9th place. And of course, Old Folks Racing, we see battles through the field. Lap 11, just a couple of laps to go. And that number 80 is hungry for a few more points in this race. 9th place is the prize for this battle. Let's look at the battle at the front. Diogo Silva has managed to reduce the gap to, well, slightly, just under 7 seconds, but, well, now increasing again. I think this is just depending on which corner they're at. Now Kev Allen is coming big time now in the Jochen Pit Cup, and I think that now Fred is going to have to let him through. Yes, he does. Kev Allen into 9th place if he manages to retain his composure there in the last corner, which he did. And Mark Allen, oh look at this, Fred is coming back at him. And Fred is going, he sees the opportunity there in turn 1. Is he going to go for it? No, is the answer. As Kev Allen is now firmly in 9th place. That's we still probably have time for a 13th lap. Mark Elder is the leader now. Diogo Silva in 2nd place. Let's see, where is Christian Clark? Well, they're all separated by a second or so here. Let's look at Darren Head. Darren Head's lost a bit of ground there. He's lost a bit of ground, and the top 6 are now slightly separated. Simon Allen in 7th spot. Rob Oldham is not going to get there. He's running out of time. He's got 3 seconds to recover, and he is not going to recover at this pace. 9th is Kev Allen. Now we do have a battle potentially for 10th place, because I think I saw Matt Coward close to, well, he was closer before. There he is, the number 57, the yellow livery of this Mercedes GT1. Let's look for battles, and it seems to me that, well, this group here behind Mark seems to have sorted itself out. Now we are on the last lap of this race, and not many battles on the track, as we are going to follow the leader on the last lap. We haven't seen too much of him, but certainly another another impressive performance by Mark Elder, and that is exactly what he needed in these round 2 victories. And his main competitor, Darren Heads, is in 6th place, and having, I believe, finished in 5th or 6th in the first race as well. A few more corners to go in this Osterreichring, and it's going to be Mark Elder again, but we did have an excellent race behind him. Mark Elder in that number 35, 6.8 seconds ahead of Diogo Silva, 6.5 now. He's just taking it easy in the last few corners, and Mark Elder is going to win again in Old Folks Racing PC. Another victory, and this time round it's a perfect round for Mark. 2nd place is going to be Diogo Silva. A good recovery from 4th on the grid. 3rd place is going to be Christian Clark. A podium for Christian. Nice race. 4th is going to be Mike Stevens. Look at this. Jürgen Smets under pressure from Darren Head to the line. And Jürgen maintains 5th place. Darren will have to do with 6th. Not the result he wanted to maintain his aspirations of becoming the champion of the spring season. 7, Simon Allen. 8 is Rob Holden. 9 is going to be Kev Allen. 10th is going to be Fred Tennant. Matt Coward is recovering, but it's going to be too little too late with David Good. Let's watch him in the last few corners of this race. He's running on his own, but he's going to complete the finishers of this race. This was round 6, race 2. As usual, brought to you by the Labareda channel. Please subscribe for more sim racing videos, particularly from Old Folks Racing PC and PlayStation. It has been a pleasure to cover this round 6. We'll see you in round 7.